Let's start in fight 4 and jump this thing off with Geoff Neal versus Ian Garry. Check it out. In the welterweight division at UFC 298, you got Geoff Neal coming in at 14-5, taking on Ian Garry, a perfect 13-0. This guy is ridiculous. He's 4 inches taller at 6'3". He's just 26, not even in the prime window just yet. Geoff Neal, 33. He's exiting the prime window, but he's still there. Both guys 75-inch reach. Geoff Neal, left-handed, southpaw. Ian Garry, opposite stance, right-handed. Both guys very, very active, right? 6.7 significant strikes per minute for Ian Garry, 5.2 per minute for Geoff Neal. So Ian Garry's got a slight advantage there, although it's very close. Neither guy really likes to get takedowns. They might get one like every 5 or 6 rounds. Now, hands of steel with Geoff Neal, 87% takedown defense. He lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov, but who doesn't, by submission. He beat Vicente Luque before that in 2022. That was a real deal, Vicente Luque, right? Beat him by KO. He beat Santiago Ponzinibbio by split decision. So he's got 2 big wins in the last 3 fights, and really you can't discount him for the submission against Shavkat. That came in round 3 and nearly got to the end of the fight. Now, Ian Garry, 69% takedown defense, even more of a reason why we're not going to see takedowns. He's never lost, obviously. He's undefeated. Beat Neil Magny by decision. Beat D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez by KO. KO'd Song Keenan and beat Gabe Green. But do all these add up to a victory for Ian Garry? Ian Garry is going to continue progressing up the ladder. He's going to continue moving up. And at some point, he's going to meet his match. But that's not this fight. As good as Geoff Neal is, and as big of a test this is going to be, I think Ian Garry pulls this thing out in the 3rd round, maybe gets the finish. I'm not too sure about it. But I do know one thing. Ian Garry is going to pull this thing out to move to 14-0. He's just a better fighter. I'm a little worried about the activity of Geoff Neal. I didn't realize it was over 5 per minute. That's well above the UFC average. So he's going to, they're going to throw hands back and forth. This is a great fight at UFC 298. But Ian Garry, a.k.a. the future, is going to pull this thing out. 70% takedown defense, 6.7 significant strikes per minute. Forget about it. He's moving to 14-0, in my opinion, here in the welterweight division at UFC 298. See, and the side factor with this fight is they've been giving me too. People have been giving Ian Garry a hard time with all the WAG stuff in terms of his wife and all that. And I just bring that up to let you know that Ian Garry is coming in trying to show out. Pay-per-view setting. People are teasing him. Then you get into his family. He's going to be, if you're Geoff Neal, this is not the fight that you want. To fight a guy with a chip on his shoulder. Geoff Neal say the right things and welcome this, but I'm just telling you, this is not the fight you want, Geoff Neal. Because Ian Garry is coming in with a chip on his shoulder. He's pissed. He's got something to prove. And when people start talking about your woman, that could cause you to act in a certain way. And normally in a fight setting, it may not be the best to lose your emotions. But I think in this one, it's going to allow Ian Garry to get a big finish. And it's hard to finish Geoff Neal. Geoff Neal fights well in big fights. So look for that.
He's gon' fight, wait, he's gon' fight, wait. Hold your breath till the end of the night. Last fighter call, UFC at its height. Yeah. Bringing that thunder with all his might. Saying, step up, wanna fight? Hold up, think twice. Gladiator, assassin, reckless, no abandon. Walk through that cage, he'll leave your ass stranded. Wake up, hey, where you at? Hey, got hit in the head with a baseball bat.